Got it.
Anyway, what were we saying? I'm sure it was really witty.
Oh, I shaved.
Oh, yes.
I
He looks
shaved.
great. You look great.
Well, thank you. I'm still sort of getting used to it. It's kind of weird to see this fresh face.
This face. This
Yeah.
face that I was born with is just weird.
It's weird to see my face again. I
Well,
can
I've
never
had a
say
beard
that.
for
I
2
really don't
years.
ever grow the kind
Yeah.
of hair. It never really fills in, guys, you know? Like it
On you?
stays kind of patchy.
Yeah. Well,
Gotta keep it clean.
You know what would help you, Jen? And there's a new marketing product for you, Jason. Flat black, eye black.
there you go.
You can make your, you probably could have used it in the new video too, Jason.
Right.
Is that
Your eyes
for
look your eyes look
football
great.
players? Like football players or
Yeah.
like eyeliner?
You can put it anywhere.
Eye black. Flat
Yeah.
black.
Flat
Eye black.
Flat eye black.
Oh, sure.
Flat eye black.
Flat black eye.
Your eyes have to be flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flat black eye.
Perfect.
All
Well,
right. I just came on to say hi, Jason.
Well, I'm glad I
Hey,
started recording.
glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Reach out to us if any houses come available in your neighborhood. We're on the hunt.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
They
We'll
do.
come be your neighbor. We're good neighbors.
I like it.
State Farm is here.
Yeah. That's right.
I like it.
All right, guys. Have a great episode.
Thanks, Jen.
Darling.
We'll see you later.
Bye. It was good seeing you.
You too.
It wasn't that nice.
It was okay.
As
As far as
It wasn't. I was like,
it's all
wait.
right.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not gonna, I'm not here to bullshit
Okay.
anybody.
Award winning. No.
Yeah.
Rememberable.
Are you?
No.
Are you in somewhere in New Hampshire, near New Hampshire right now, Jason?
Yes, I believe so.
Hard to say.
It's hard to say. I'm sorry. This is like a halfway day off thing, and we're driving somewhere tonight. Like you don't stay the whole day in the room. You just stay, or you don't stay overnight. You just stay the day. So
Okay, room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say this is a halfway house.
no.
It's like, okay, we have other things to talk about, and maybe maybe we're done.
So you're in. Okay, so you're not in Guilford or whatever it's called. Guilford, right?
I'm embarrassed to say I don't know, to be honest. I just get off the bus and they give me a key and I hang out here all day and then boom, we leave at 5 in the morning.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. That's exactly what you should be doing.
What time did you get dropped off in the hotel today?
I woke up here, so it was pretty early, but it says well, we're in Mass. Yeah, we're in Mass.
Hey Chad, could you ask Chat GPT where Jason Hook is right now?
Yeah.
1 second. Yeah.
Springfield, Mass.
Yeah. Okay. So that's close enough. Close enough to know what you're doing. Okay, so but you woke up there today.
Yeah.
What is a day consist of a hardworking musician like yourself?
Well, yesterday was a show day.
Yep.
So we woke up at the venue and people sort of get up when they want, but I don't know, we get up like 9:30, something like that. We roll into the venue. First thing we have to look for is coffee. Where's the coffee? And if there's no coffee happening at the venue, which there usually is, we'll take a runner to Old Faithful, Starbucks.
Yeah. What do you get? I gotta know. What do you get? What's your order?
What do I get? I get a grande pike with extra splash of oat milk and a cinnamon powder on top.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the cinnamon powder. I've never thought about that.
Cinnamon's
I get
good for
chives.
you. It's good for you. Yeah, all that stuff is good for you.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna try that.
I think specifically, but it's good for you.
Chad, you want to go get the tablespoon and let's do the cinnamon challenge right now?
What?
Have you seen that shit?
That's nuts.
The kids take a tablespoon of cinnamon and try to keep. That shit was hilarious for like 3 weeks, man.
And then somebody died, and then it wasn't no longer
No.
hilarious.
Nobody dies.
Well,
Nobody dies a cinnamon challenge.
Well, they could choke on it. That's the whole thing, is you can't get it
Okay.
moist enough to swallow.
Okay, maybe someone could die then.
It sounds dangerous. That's all.
We don't want that.
I'll just take it in my coffee and we're good.
Yeah, sprinkled, you said.
Sprinkled, yeah.
Yeah, it's a sprinkle. Nobody's getting hurt.
Somebody
with a
should
sprinkle.
Google the health benefits of cinnamon.
Oh,
Because
they're real. Yeah, they're real.
There is something I remember reading going, oh, I could like, it makes improves your eyesight or your.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of stuff. Are you into the mineral, the healthy stuff, the supplements and minerals and all that stuff, Jason? Because I've lately, in the past year or so, been kind of really trying to get it right. You know, how about
Well,
you?
yes. Yes, my wife is trying to keep me alive as long as possible.
Same.
So there's
Same.
always a mix of here, you're taking this today, and you're gonna
Yeah.
take this. I got you some magnesium and
Yeah.
so God bless her,
Do
but
you
it's
got
all
you got the little pill box for the road, the little plastic guy?
yeah.
Monday through
Well,
Sunday, like you're 78
I
years old.
did. I
Yeah.
had it at home. So I would have the night row and then the day row.
I
And
got
sometimes
it.
I get up in the morning, I'm so groggy, I just open the night row and
Yeah.
slam it. And
Yeah.
she's like, "You're an idiot. You take the nighttime stuff." Which then I'm like all day, I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good."
Good. I think you'd
I
rather
just
take.
I just found the cinnamon
Yeah,
shit.
let's
It's
go.
real. It's so like this is the legitimately word for word. In addition to being an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, antimicrobial, anti-cancer, lipid lowering, and cardiovascular disease lowering compound, cinnamon has also been reported to have activities against neurological disorders such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I wouldn't
good
steer you
call.
guys wrong. I wouldn't steer
No.
you wrong. Cinnamon every day
Yeah. It sounds like you need more
on
than
my
a
coffee.
sprinkle, Chad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
right. You need to do the cinnamon challenge like every morning.
Yeah. I'm so worried about having either Parkinson's or
Oh,
Alzheimer's when I get older. Oh my god.
Hey, get yourself some chess. Get to play some chess in your life.
Isn't that
yeah.
how it develops?
Brain stimulation.
No, but stimulate your brain, puzzles and stuff, right? I play chess way too much on my phone. But here's the thing, since I started playing chess, I genuinely feel sharper.
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah, genuinely. I feel like I don't know, I feel like things come together more better.
Yeah, that's great.
No, it feels like things come together. I don't it's real. The more chess I play, the sharper, I don't know, just overall you feel, you know. And I'm not big on self reflection, but I do feel like it makes you sharper.
Do you
Yeah.
think software does that as well? Like if you're always, I'm working in depth with software, design software, music software, that's got to be a bit of a puzzle, right?
I would assume that like with music software, right? You know, like you're passing signal, thinking about how that end goal, the end signal is going to sound all of the time. That it's got to be taxing, but also like the exercise would allow you to. I think about life, everything in life with as a signal. So I don't know if like when you're in the. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling. Speaking of signals,
But on
yeah.
that front though, I think that anything that you focus on
Yeah.
that is creative and difficult. I think the video games is a different thing, probably because you zone out for 4 hours on video games. I personally don't, but a lot of people do. I don't know if
Limited
that's.
selection
I don't know if
too.
that's.
You only got
It's
so
like
many things to hit.
you're really trying to put the puzzle together. It is a puzzle, right? You're listening intently to certain things and trying to mix them together, and like that's serious brain power, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Jason, but do you find that you get tired when you're in that zone? Because when I'm working on something, I don't. It's just a constant energy feed. Like if I'm working on a piece of music and recording, whatever, I don't ever feel tired. It'll hit me all of a sudden. You're like, whoa, I've been doing this a long time, but I never feel tired from it, even though there's that much brain and concentration going on. Sometimes for hours. I mean, certainly you put hours and hours and hours in, right?
I find that when I was younger, I could stay there all day, 20 hours for the computer because I was so like I had energy, I was willing to learn and was so excited about all the software and then the computers were all new and all that stuff. But nowadays, honestly, my attention span, I can only hang for about 3 or 4 hours before I start to go, I need to get away from this. And but I work all the way around the clock. I mean, in the morning, I'm doing all the social media stuff. In the day, it's all press stuff. Any questions that need to be answered, it never stops. And then at night, I'm designing t-shirts and whatever. It's like I work pretty hard, but I gotta take breaks.
How
Yeah,
is
that's a lot.
It is a lot. How does how do you keep from being distracted when you have something you have to accomplish?
Well, honestly, I bought this laptop, this like Bionic, their Mac Daddy MacBook Pro, and that allows me to sort of like I can leave upstairs the station, the studio, and all that, and I can continue to work on little pieces while my wife and I watch TV, pretending that I'm watching TV, but I'm actually doing.
Right. Right.
That's the way.
Yeah. Well, sometimes there's deadlines, and they're like, "Did you finish that interview for Italy?" No, fuck, and then I gotta type it out, and
Yeah.
there's
You
always
just Signal laughing at to whatever's on, whatever she's watching, whenever she laughs, you're like, ha, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Eh,
well, that leads me to my first real question, which is the process of making this record.
Yeah.
I don't want to take a lot of the questions away from Al here, but can you give us a brief on how you started, what was the most difficult part, and how you ended, I suppose?
Well, the the hardest part of the whole process was finding the singer. I thought. I mean, that almost ruined we almost pulled the plug on it a few times because it went on for a couple of years.
Hmm.
And what happens with your emotions is you get like you think you find somebody, you talk to them online, all of a sudden you're trading some music back and forth, then they're gonna get on a plane, they're gonna come out here, and we went through that 10 or 12 times. It was just like and when you get your hopes up and you think this could be it, now we can turn a corner and go and proceed, and then it wouldn't work out, and it was very hard to keep picking myself up and going, okay, let's keep trying. It was very discouraging, but it worked out. I knew if you plug away long enough, if you keep chipping away at the mountain, eventually you'll find something, but
Yeah.
you gotta get up and dig.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you eat an elephant, right?
Yeah.
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 A little bit to the
So
time.
did you had the bass, you had everything situated, written composition wise, and you were just looking for that right voice, or did they participate in that as well?
It was both, to be honest. I mean, I had a couple year head start on the band, and that's not and only by default because I didn't have a band. So I was writing songs and working with other people. There's my manager saying, "I know what the link is, but I have it now." Anyway.
Will, we got this
Hey, Will.
covered.
Yeah,
Will.
yeah. Keep blowing you up.
No, not at all.
Oh, we love Will.
No, I do not disturb him.
Right.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
What was I saying? About the what?
You had the head start
Yeah.
to
Right.
making
I
the
had the
record.
head start. So, by default, I was just trying to make songs. I worked with a couple of my dear friends, like Keith Wong and Sahaj, who you know, Al, right?
Yeah, Chad does too.
And
Sure. Yeah.
I was writing songs with those guys. I wrote some songs with Corey Taylor. I mean, I was by myself. So I love to collaborate. I find that's because I never trust it what I'm doing. I think it's cool, but I have to have, is this cool? Is this cool?
Yeah.
I don't know.
With people you trust. Their
With
musical
people you trust,
sensibility. Yeah.
exactly right. So I really enjoy that. So I started writing with people that I admired and that I trust. So there were some songs that were done by the time we were putting the band together, but make no mistake, everyone came in and tweaked it to something that was suitable, to their style.
Where did the band guys come from?
Well, let's see. The drummer Rob.
Mhm.
I'm gonna screw this up. I want to say Nashville. I think the singer Rex is from Boston or Mass somewhere, and the bass player is from Los Angeles.
Gotcha.
Did you
How
guys
did-
know each other
yeah,
before?
Yeah, exactly. What's
No.
the deal?
Complete strangers.
Wow.
Still
Complete-
are.
Huh?
Still are.
Yeah,
the way we
yeah,
gotta-
still
that's
are.
the way
That's
we
why
gotta
I
keep
keep them.
That's how I
They're
like
in
it.
the bus.
Yeah.
No. No, I thought that would be really exciting to try to hand pick a team and see if mix it up and see if it could gel together. I know there's great players out there. You don't have to go find some self-important rock star that's gonna do a side project. I didn't want that for sure. I just wanted guys that were like ready to roll their sleeves up, do the work, and hopefully that would be an opportunity for them to skip a few steps on the way up the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you
Uh,
know? How did you know those guys? Was it just a Craigslist thing?
Well, no, kind of. I mean, honestly, I put the
I
word
mean, I
out.
was kind of serious, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Yeah.
We placed ads and had people on the radio helping us. We had everyone. I called everyone that I knew. Hey, listen, I'm trying to put a thing together, but I need this. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. And so a couple of years go by, people are going, "Are you still looking for a thing? Are you still looking for a guy?" And I would meet everybody, and eventually I had sort of my A-list choice, of the guys. And it didn't all happen at once. Rob was definitely there from the beginning. Rob is the drummer.
Mhm.
He came in the first. I had a producer friend of mine in Vegas who called and said, "Are you still looking for a drummer?" And I was quite discouraged because I'd met with so many. And he said, "You should come down the studio. There's a guy down here who's pretty fucking good." So I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I knew right away that he was my guy.
What was it? What told you that he was the
Yeah,
guy?
that's interesting.
Well, we jammed,
Mm.
and I've played with so many musicians and drummers in my life that you can sort of tell you've got a guy that's up here, right? I mean,
Mhm.
he's just meticulous, you know, he's very accurate. He came from a punk band, right? So he loves to play everything at 250 beats per minute. Most guys don't like, you don't find a lot of guys that actually enjoy that.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
work.
And then also have the ability to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a no-brainer. I knew right away that this was going to work. And so Rob was in LA at the time, but he was, you know, he moved to Vegas to be part of this thing, which is cool because now we're together in Vegas.
What
So he moved out there. Where was
He
he
did,
originally
yeah.
from then?
he was in Nashville.
Well,
you said?
he was living
Nashville, right?
yes, but he was at the time living in LA,
So you guys are basically best friends now.
pretty much.
That's
Better
awesome.
be.
Pretty much.
So the
He's
last
best.
piece was the vocalist then, right?
Yes. Well, the thing about Rex is somebody turned me on to him when he was in Falling in Reverse.
Oh,
And so I met with him and I'm like, this guy's perfect. He's perfect. But he wasn't, at the time, he wasn't comfortable with the idea of leaving Falling in Reverse. And I don't blame him at all because he loves the band and he was having a great time. And it was a big step for him. So to walk away from it, he wasn't really prepared to do it. And so it's so ironic, right? You find the guy and then they're not available.
Yeah. Isn't it ironic?
Isn't it
It'd
ironic?
be a Alanis Morissette. That's a line from the song, right?
Don't you know?
Meeting the man of your dreams and meeting his beautiful wife.
That's right.
There you go. That's what happened to you.
You're right.
God, I'm tearing up.
Oh
do,
God.
do you have
So
a favorite song on the record? Oh, sorry. Don't keep going. Just please want to know more about
No.
Rex. I didn't know.
just to finish off, months down the road, he became available. Let's just say that. And so I hit him up. I said, well, how about now? You know, and that's where the whole thing started. Now we're a band, right? So things started moving quite quickly after that.
Dang. That's why. So basically, when he came in, you guys were already ready to go. Like it was like the records were
Yeah,
starting. I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
pretty
sick.
much, pretty much. The only thing we had to do was write a couple things, record him, but then that's when I took us into the hideout. We got the real drums and did everything real. And that's where we finished it off down there. Once I had this players and the songs, that was time to go into the expensive place.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song on the record?
It's tough for me because I like the different songs for different reasons. I think that, I mean, I really like the opening track. It's Okay to Be Angry. I'm proud of Lightning because I think that was the song that was primarily responsible for us getting signed. I think they were like, okay, let's just do it, you know? I like the instrumental.
Yeah, that's on my list of things to talk about.
Really? Oh,
Fuck, dude,
Yeah.
you know me. I'm guitarded. I don't know anything.
Right.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything but a little, but liking the guitar. I want to get into that because that thing is, it's really really great. For me, not that anybody's asking, but the title track's it for me.
okay.
And it's interesting because I revisited again today. You texted me a week or so ago, and congratulations on the #1, by the way.
Thank you.
It should
Yeah.
go. We should definitely mention that. That's got to be a cool feeling, right? A
Yeah.
little.
It-
I don't know about validation, but just like, oh fuck, okay,
It was,
we did this thing.
it does feel good. What can I
Yeah,
say?
sure. Yeah, it's amazing.
You know how many times I've made bands or made recordings and no one gives a shit. I mean, that's
Yeah.
sort of the norm, right? So I just figured, well, I'm going to do something that I am proud of,
Mhm.
and then we'll see what happens, you know?
Yeah, almost going with no agenda, right?
No agenda.
I mean,
No.
there's an agenda of making good music, and then, but you can't. As soon as you put too many rails on it, it's going to go off the rails, right?
Right.
And like you
No.
have to just go with what you're feeling, you know. Unfortunately, it sounds like you're in a position in your life to be able to do that, right? There's a lot of
Yeah.
people that couldn't do that, right? So
Well-
it's so cool on a number of levels that you're able to do that and pull it off.
Well, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I know. It's
You're
kind of a miracle. I mean, considering that it's not my, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And this
Yeah.
isn't, how many times can you continue to get lucky with this stuff? But I just, when I make music or when I'm thinking about what music I want to make, I'm always thinking about I want to be able to put it in and go, check this out, and have people go, fuck, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That I'm more focused on that than anything else. I'm more than guitar solos, more than anything else, or being self-indulgent. I want to have that moment where you go, check this out, and like I want to like it that much because I'm confident that the listener will get it on the first pass. That's kind of
Yeah.
where
And then come back.
and come back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's got to be, there's songs we can talk about in our lifetime that are just huge winners. Back in Black, like you just go, fuck. If you wrote Back in Black, yeah, I'd play it for everyone. Listen to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so good. So that's what I chase.
My
The,
favorite Sideways. I love
Yeah.
the composition as a whole is really fucking great.
Thank you. I like that one too.
The
It's-
tell me about, I might be crazy, but I heard something, the sequence of the record. If and I could be wrong, I'm taking a stab here. It feels like kind of the first half was newer. Is that just wrong? Feels, I don't know, there's something about the second half of the record that feels like maybe they're not worked on more, because I know how you are. You're going to pine over the details, but it feels like the second half of the record, like Lack of Respect forward or later. And I don't even know if this is interesting, but it was to me as I was listening. I'm like, this sounds like it may be like they were demos. This group of songs here sounds like maybe they were demos that were beefed up, or like, am I drunk?
no, but I think what I'm hearing is that, I mean, there are some songs. Well, first of all, we deliberately released all of the heavy stuff, the
Mhm.
raw heavy stuff, up like over that 10-month period when we had
Okay.
5 songs on Spotify.
Okay.
We didn't release any of the sort of radio produced type of stuff on the record. We kept all the gnarly nuts and bolts stuff because I wanted to come back with some teeth,
Yeah. Yeah.
and make dudes go, this is sick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or slathering on the the
Okay.
octane.
So
Barbecue
I
sauce.
don't think my ears deceive me then. I think that's pretty, I
Yeah.
think that's kind of what, okay.
Well, because you said newer, and the
Yeah.
stuff on the back half, like Nothing to Some is raw, Lack of Respect's
Yeah.
raw. Halo's a little bit more produced, and Sideways pretty raw, but Justice raw,
Right.
just raw, just like
Yeah.
a 4-piece approach.
Yeah.
But there are some, obviously some numbers like Unwanted has some production, and Villain and stuff like that.
Yeah. Um, so Euthanize. I got a guitar. I got a guitar out for myself here, because I'm that thing. What is the deal? What's going
What
on
is the
here?
deal?
What the fuck is going on here? I mean, tell me what I mean. Okay, because it's Eddie Van Halen. It's like studio. It's like, and I'm ballsy enough to compare you to Eddie Van Halen. Obviously, you would say no, and anybody would say no. But there's the influences there. It's like you're like if George Lynch had a plan. That's your plan. You're playing to me, and that's no disrespect to George. He's one of my heroes too. But it's like it's so good. It feels like something that you captured something there. And I don't know if it was one take or produced or put together 3 pieces from 3 different ideas you had over the last 10 years. I don't know. But man, it's put together like a little Van Halen in between a song, exactly kind of the idea you were going for. I mean, I rewound it probably 5 times today.
That's so sick.
And you know damn well I'm going to try to play it and send it back to you. I'm going to text it back to you and go, hey, this sucks. How did you do this and this? But where did it come? Where did it come from? And the tone is fucking great. Again, guitaring out here, but the tone's fantastic. It's like it sounds like a mic in the room. I don't know if it is. I don't care.
It is.
It worked.
It was. I was playing around. It's fun when I record and when I write and record, I have a duplicate of my arena rig in my studio.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
all the
shit.
same effects, wet, dry, wet, big stereo ambient stuff swirl around the room.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
anyway. So I'm always playing. Anyway, so I was working on this thing, and my engineer showed up. I said, "What do you think of this?" And he goes, "Dude, we should record that right away. Do you know enough to?" I go, "I don't really. I just have this little piece, and then I'll just do a retard at the end and slow and do the harmonics. And then he goes, don't. And so I just played it one pass. I can actually hear somewhere in the middle there. I rush, I speed up a little bit
Yeah. Yeah.
in one spot, and I go, fuck, let me do it again. He's like, dude, we're not doing it again.
Yeah.
But there's one moment where I've sped up, or it kind of bums me out. But I have like super ears,
Yeah. You got to let that shit go too.
Well, it's real.
Yeah. You
It's
got
real.
you got to let it go. And there's other moments on the record that I could hear, like, as a guitar player, I'm just so stupid. But I listen, I'm like, there's a mistake that he left. And
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's so refreshing to just be like, did it catch the moment? It's like, can you envision the guy playing this thing in the studio, whether he's in a control room or whether he's in wherever right? Like it felt like you're there. It feels it. I don't know if a lot of people catch up on that or pick up on that, because I'm just so, I just so listen to the guitar so much, which is a fault, certainly. But it's like, to me, that's the cool shit, man. It's like Ty Tabor from King's X. The little mistakes, a little string pop, and a little bend that isn't quite there. It's like,
Oh yeah.
man,
Oh, yeah. Well,
you gotta keep it real, right?
I'm trying to bring back like human personality in the recordings. I think that everything, I shouldn't say everything, and I don't want to get beat up for this, but a lot of modern music just sounds like uh some producer is hired to make you a nice little record on a laptop, and boom, like there's no heart in it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I did deliberately on the record, and it's funny, Al, that I knew you would pick up on this stuff because you're a guitar guy, but like some of the songs don't have rhythm guitar under the solo, very much like old Pantera or Van Halen, which just the bass is just cranking along and I'm just shredding. And some of those things were one take. Nothing to Sun was one take.
Mm-hmm.
So Dark Side of the Brain. That's why it's so screwed.
Yeah.
Oh
man, I love that. Send me a video from Soundcheck on how the hell you pull that off, because I gotta know.
I'd have to go learn it, because like I said, that a lot of the times when I was working on a track, I would do a placeholder solo.
Mm-hmm.
So that section is blocked off for a solo. So I would just do something real quick as a placeholder. And then after you hear that, you're still working on the song.
That's how it works. That's what it is.
3 months, you're like, I can't unhear it now.
Yeah.
So that Dark Side of the Brain solo wasn't supposed to be it at all.
Yeah.
It's just me noodling, and it's retarded, but
yeah.
I wanted to know about something that's outside of what you're doing on the record. Your favorite vocal performance? I mean, it's got to be a crazy feeling to have written some of these songs, thinking in your mind where those melodies would be and how it was going to sound, and then here comes a guy and he lays down the vocal. Is there a moment that you can remember that you're like, oh fuck, this is sick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the songs had no screaming.
Right.
Like Justice.
Yeah.
Justice, I don't know if you can remember the song right now, but on the re-intros, he goes like all that shit wasn't on the original demos.
Oh shit. Okay. Like
No,
none of. Okay. Wow.
None of it. It was just the melodies, just the chorus. None of that like all that stuff. That's all Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You like that moment was one of those like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah. This is. Yeah.
He beefed it up. I mean, he beefed it up. They all did, really. I mean, it's just like the aggression, especially Rex, because he's pretty heavy. He likes heavy deathcore, metalcore, So he was like, let me try something. I'm like, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
When you know. You're on tour with Godsmack now, with Godsmack Nothing More Now, and then again in the fall, right?
Yeah. Whole maybe 6-7 weeks, something like that. End of September all the way through to November.
Yeah, we're going. Chad and I are doing a road trip. We're going to Clarkston, Michigan. We're going to North Little Rock, Arkansas. We're going to Grand Prairie, Texas.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Michigan, awesome.
We're not. I'm not going to any of these, but
I'm going to the Michigan date. So,
but
I could see you there.
I could stow away, and that's a hint towards it. That's a hint to a future conversation. Yeah, you're going to be in Albuquerque, Tucson, Reno, Portland, Kent, Washington, Loveland, Colorado Springs. Yeah, you're going.
We're going.
And then in the last date on the tour,
you printed it.
Yeah,
look at that. Oh, in Miami, Shiprocked.
Shiprocked. I've heard of
That's funny.
What's that all about?
Everyone's very excited. I was talking to them today on the bus. Like half the guys haven't been on the boat. and they're like, "What's it like?" I'm like, "You'll see. It's awesome."
Yeah. Yeah. No, you'll see. That's a great way
So
to put it.
you'll
Do
see.
you guys played your first show like a year ago, right? Together as a band for the first
Yeah.
time. What was that like for you? As somebody who's been up there in every way, shape, or form over the years.
It was horrifying.
Where
Yeah.
was where was it? Where was the first one?
The first show was in Irvine Meadows at the Five Point Amphitheater.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it was
shit.
not only was it fucking a first show, but it was a big ass fucking stage. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
that's got to be terrifying.
and it's Irvine, so essentially all the LA people are coming to check out. Let's check it out. What do we get involved in here? What's this
Mhm.
band all about?
Yeah.
We signed or whatever. It's the
Yeah.
first show ever.
Dude, that's fucking awful. You probably handled it like a goddamn gentleman, but I
Well,
imagine.
it's the sink or swim thing. It's like, well, first of all, you already signed us, so if we suck today, there's no consequence. It's not a showcase, right? But doesn't matter how much you rehearse and prepare in rehearsal. When it comes time to that very first show, it can be a little nerve wracking. And
Yeah.
our backdrop didn't show up in time, so we had no backdrop, nothing. All the buses were gone. We were flying to each show on the first week and a half of that tour. We were getting up and flying every day because we couldn't find a bus.
Yeah.
So it was
That's the
all
real thing. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh yeah.
But LA means management, label, agent, publicist. They're all coming.
Yeah.
And
Your peers,
yeah, exactly. Other bands, they're all coming. So that was that was a little stressful. And then the second night was fucking Vegas, our hometown show.
Oh shit, dude. They gave it to you dirty. Who
Yeah,
were you out with?
We were
Is it
No, this was Godsmack last year.
Oh shit. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, I thought it was a different tour. Shit. So you were in Vegas day 2.
The next night, yeah, we're grandma and grandpa are there and the wife, and, the trainer and the tattoo guy and
Yeah.
like, oh my
Damn.
God.
Those shows are always nice from that standpoint, but they're also the worst from that standpoint, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The worst. Well, I shouldn't say. I love my
Not the
friends.
worst, but yeah.
You're ticket master for the day.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Pat,
Your
my
phone.
tickets aren't here at the thing. I'm in the parking lot. Where do I go?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. They only left 3.
By the way, that would be fine if you were on your 200th gig.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
then you're not even really thinking about the gig. You're gonna warm up, you're gonna, pump yourself up, you're gonna do your pre-show. But during the day, you're not thinking about the gig that night. You're not wondering if you guys are gonna fuck up, right?
and you know what? I remember like in my previous band, there was people to handle all that stuff.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This
Well,
person.
and like I said, there's been how many gigs was that? 500 gigs probably, right? You're like, if
Right.
there's a difference. It's like it's the second gig. You're thinking about the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I know. But what are you gonna do? It's one of those things where you're just
Yeah.
gonna go through
Yeah.
it. You're gonna walk through it. You're gonna play. And it's gonna be okay.
So get
Yeah.
real with that show. How was the second show, the Vegas show? How was it?
Actually, it was really good. Vegas was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I just remember. Oh, it sold out. That was one.
Yeah. Crowd helps, right?
Crowd helps, and I have video for like we're finishing our set with our the Alex
Trash can, baby. Yeah.
People were standing up going, okay, that's a different kind of band.
Yeah.
So when you guys played, your family, you said grandma and grandma, did they know what to expect in this particular situation? Being
No.
as your thing?
No, because no one at that time there was no music out really, so everyone only things that people heard were what I played them in the truck and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was okay. That's they come out because they're proud. It's like your friends come out because it's like, holy shit, he's doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like a big moment for all of us because I honestly didn't think, who knows what's going to happen. I didn't know if I was ever going to play again, let alone arenas.
Yeah. I love it. I bet
yeah.
you it was terrifying, but I love that story. I love shit like that.
Yeah, well, that's the honest answer. A, horrible. A, horrifying. Final answer.
So in my YouTube algorithm the other day, I got the video for the new song,
Right.
Lightning, a little bit of lightning.
Yep.
And I turn it on. Of course, I'm looking to see your beautiful face, and I did not see your beautiful face. I mean, in my mind, I kind of did. Your face, it's always there, haunting me.
Oh, what can I say?
So, and the video was heavy, dude. Right?
Yeah.
where, I mean, the stupid obvious question is where to come from? What, I mean,
Well,
is there a
uh,
story? Is there a personal story?
well, the song itself was written during the pandemic, and it's really if you close your eyes, the whole imagery behind the lyric in the song is that somebody that's like repeatedly getting knocked over and just trying to get back on their feet. And I had friends during a lot of crew guys, guitar techs and front of house sound and bus drivers, and they're all going, it's not that I lost my job, it's there are no jobs,
Mm-hmm.
no touring, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just had this like my immediate friend group, they were all in big trouble. And so that's kind of where lightning came from, was just, uh, you know, show me a sign that things are going to get better. I could use a bit of lightning to get me through the dark, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
video is sort of a video also sort of reflects that as far as people that are in real trouble,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know?
It was moving. It was deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it for the first time today, right before we started. I was like, oh shit. I used to live right. If it was a shot in Los Angeles, it looks like it's right by Skid Row.
It was at Los Angeles, and a lot of those images are from the streets of Los Angeles. And yeah, every time I watch that video, it's just like, oh, it's heavy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
pretty-
there. I was on Main Street in downtown LA during the pandemic.
Mm.
Yeah, right there next to it also. So it gave me a little PTSD. I was like, oh,
Right.
fuck.
Well, but
Yeah.
that's the imagery from Los Angeles. I I didn't have to go. We didn't have to make those sets. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
Try to
over.
explain that shit to anybody, and I'm just gonna send them to that video now. I'm like, oh yeah, this is
Right,
what it's
right.
like. Yeah.
Well, and we created a story around that. Like I was involved in the video, and this fantastic director that I admire greatly. His name is Nick Peterson, and he had done some things for us in the past, and I just knew I was going to go back and get him because that guy knows how to tell a story
Mm-hmm.
and make you
Yep.
feel. And
Yep.
that's all it is. All this is just trying to make people feel the same thing I feel, and
Yeah.
videos can do that as well. Here's a funny story. So we had all these treatments from other video directors, and they actually had us playing out in a field and lightning's hitting us and the rain and everything. I'm like, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be in the lightning. Well, CGI lightning, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's not about
And then,
lightning.
yeah, and then we're gonna recreate Slash in November Rain.
Right. Every
Yeah.
cheesy cliche. I'm like, this is not what it's about. It's about real shit. Not
I mean, it would also kind of kick ass, but I don't want to bring the room down.
Yeah.
That would be awesome too. I'm glad you did what you did. And
tell
I
you
think
something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Al.
no, I'm gonna say we'll be sure to link that up on when we get the podcast out there. We'll link up. It's endhomelessness.org. Endhomelessness.org. Okay, yeah, we'll be sure to link it up. And anybody that's listening to that looks like a really great organization that can every little bit helps out there in the world.
Right. Didn't want to make that video about the band because it's not really about the band.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was going to say that I'm in the video for 1 nanosecond. So the challenge is try to find it. Try to find.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, where's Waldo? That's exactly it.
So what
I'm
do
looking.
what do people win if they take a
Well,
screenshot and email
nothing.
it to you directly?
No.
We'll give
Sense
out
of
your
pride.
Don't get them
it,
caught up in
we're
some
gonna give
sort of,
out your
like,
personal
pyramid
cell phone
scheme
number
here.
and if you get
Sense of satisfaction. Yeah.
yeah we're gonna walk the plank, Jason. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember this. I don't know if you remember this from
I do.
previous iterations. Listen, we got some bangers here for you.
Okay.
Today.
I'm nervous.
I mean, I wouldn't call them bangers. There's some shit we made up.
Okay.
If you could read the mind of one celebrity, who would it be?
Well, I was going to say O.J. Simpson, but that's kind of off the table.
Why?
Why?
Well, because he's gone now. If you
Yeah.
could read
No,
his living mind.
Of any celebrity.
I mean, OJ's a good answer. I mean, hey, we
Yeah.
didn't say living or dead, right?
Nope.
Lee Harvey.
That is a good answer.
I
That would
That is
can't.
a
be
good answer.
Yeah.
worth
I mean,
a lot of money too.
I'm not a fan at all or anything, it's just but it would be nice to see what's really cooking up there.
Yeah.
Totally.
That was my knee-jerk reaction answer.
No, that's what it's
Give it-
supposed to be.
Give it
It's
a few
perfect.
minutes, I might come up with
Well,
something.
listen, we can circle back.
Yeah.
Speaking of OJ, what villain do you secretly cheer for?
Oh, Jesus. Uh, I had a funny answer and it just escaped me. Uh,
Welcome to my life.
a vil- what villain? I don't, I don't know. I don't want to pick any fights with anyone.
Okay, then if you could
Okay,
uninvent one
it's a
thing,
fictional
what would it
villain.
be?
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah. The other thing too is that if people behave in a way that hurts other people, then I can't really champion that at all. So that's a very
Totally.
not.
I know.
That's kind of how I feel.
Okay, well then how about this? If you could uninvent one thing, what would it be?
Video games.
Dang.
And why is that, Jason?
Why?
Yeah.
Again, this isn't going to make me very popular.
Except for to me. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I have friends that have kids, and it just seems to be like the parents are terrified that they're putting 10 hours a day in on video games,
Mhm.
Call of Duty or whatever. And I'm just and God, if I ever have kids, I'm going to struggle with that because I'm like, it doesn't leave you with any skill set. Your time invested there gives you zero return on investment, except how to maybe kill people, which is a bad return.
Yeah. That's true.
Then I guess I would know, again, getting people in trouble. I guess that would be how you'd feel about TikTok.
Well, TikTok, I didn't like the idea of TikTok because I started hearing rumblings that they could take it away. Right. So I'm thinking I don't really want to invest a lot of time over there because someone could close it down.
Yeah.
Also, the component of it allows people to listen in and get information and all that stuff too. I mean, and that's not a big selling feature for me either.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that on top of misinformation that people can put out there easily, it's pretty
Right.
wild.
yeah.
Yeah, video games is a good one.
Is it?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm-
it really is a good
Yeah.
one. It's right up my alley. Not to get up too far off the rails, but I got a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old,
Okay.
and there just have not been video games here. It's just not.
You don't allow it.
We do. My son has buddies over, they'll play Madden, the NFL game.
Okay.
Then I'll go up there when they're done, and I'll take the remotes and I will put them in a place they don't know where they are. And it's a
See?
request. It's a request thing. It's a
Is
hey,
it?
I'd like to do that rather than an addiction thing or like I'm bored.
Well,
Right.
my sister, my nephew, when he was younger, I would come up from Los Angeles, visit the family and stuff, and I'd be like, "Where's the nephew? Oh, he's in the basement playing video games." Well, you think he's gonna come up and say hi? I only flew all the way here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Your family right now is pissed off at you for saying that, so that's going to create
Well,
some other shit.
it's how I felt.
So they're probably not going to want to go to the show now. So that
okay.
freed up some tickets for your
That
guest
was
list.
many years ago. But the thing is, like, I'm a software freak. Like, I love software. I'm doing all the artwork and illustration having to do with flat black. I'm heavy into that world, plus video editing, plus all of the Pro Tools, the audio side of it. So I'm addicted to software because the
Yeah.
better I get at that, the better I can harness it as a tool to promote and create things.
Yeah.
So
Learning and expanding your toolbox is one thing.
Right.
Mindlessness is another. If you're doing
Yes.
something thoughtfully, then I believe it's worth your time, right?
Yeah, that's a skill set that can be
Yeah.
applied in the real world instead of like Dungeons and Dragons, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dungeons and
Playing dragons, not so helpful.
I used to
that's
play
how-
Dungeons
that's
and
how old we are.
Dragons. So I got no room to speak there, but
And we
the
know you
old
got
9-side die.
we know you got a hard deadline to get out of here. It sounds like you got dinner to go to.
Well, everyone's kind of waiting for me because this is it's a day off. We're gonna go have
Bring them
some-
all in.
Bring them all in. No, they're downstairs.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding you. Well, we appreciate your time, man, as usual.
Thanks.
Yeah, man,
Are you
seriously.
and we're excited to see you on the ship. And listen, for the listeners who are listening to the listening, we may have a little stowaway surprise here. We'll just see. We'll just float it out there and see.
Mm.
Maybe there's something cooking there that could be fun. Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. If not, we always have Chad Nicefield. And
Are you having sushi?
and
Are you
yeah.
having sushi perchance? What's for dinner? Just curious. I'm hungry.
Oh, what are we having?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a restaurant across the way there, so they're
Oh.
saying when you're done, come down.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it's good.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Thanks again for your time, Jason. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
my pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you guys in
Yeah.
January.
Yeah. Be
Or
safe out
actually
there.
before that. See you guys.
Yeah.
before.
Congrats on the album, man. It's great.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Appreciate it.
Yep. Sounded great. Love it.
Later,
Cool.
dude.
See you guys.
Adios.
Bye.